The first question I'd like to ask you is, you are enrolled for the Certified Organization Leadership and Development Consultant Program. Tell us about your professional study journey over the past 6 months.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to thank for this opportunity provided for us. It was a journey of knowledge sharing, experience, decision making, and moving forward towards a better self, an adorable family, a trustable community, a value added organization, and as we all know, a humanitarian universe. I can call it a magical package wherein it has the fundamentals of change and transformation. And to me, it was really like this. And of course, we had certain professional studies and topics that we covered through our sessions, and included the professional development and organizational leadership, fundamentals of organizational leadership, appreciative leadership, system thinking, continuous development, problem solving, organization development, tools and techniques, and of course, the action learning through the case studies. So the journey was really an awesome journey of intellectual learning, prosperity, and change. It was three things. The first thing was the desire for change. The second thing was the potential for learning. And the third thing was the context of this course that we got introduced with. The fact was that I was in search of a similar course, especially on leadership. And when a friend of mine, who's a colleague also, reached us explaining this course, and I was like, I was in search of it. So it was, I can call it a beautiful accident that we faced, and fortunately we got enrolled in. And it was really nice.
I would like to ask you this. So could you tell us about the type of person you were at the start of this program, the kind of person you are now, and where do you see yourself actually at the end of the program?
A very valid question. Part of what we learned was the self-change. So, of course, I'm not the person I was prior to enrolling in this amazing course. I was a person with a desire to change, but with a blur objective, with less motivation and energy to move forward. But the first thing we faced while enrolling in this amazing program was a self-assessment. Throughout the self-assessment, which was having 4 different aspects of self, family and friends, organization, and community, I was faced with the realities on what I really want. And this assessment made me think very systematically on what I really want to reach, what are the possible interventions, so I could do a real SWOT analysis of myself. And it really helped me on find my most of the strengths, the weaknesses that I face, of course, the opportunities and threats. So now I'm a person with more valid and clear objectives. I'm able to know on how to use the interventions. And I can say that where I could see myself, and I usually make it a strategic objective with 5 years. So I want to be a motivational speaker in 5 years, at least at national level in Afghanistan.
The professional qualification focuses on knowledge, skills, and abilities in organization development and change. Could you tell us about the value that you derive from this participation?
Of course. What another aspect that we learn throughout this course, that anything we do, it should add value. And if it's not adding value, it's a waste of time.
Sure.
So what we got from all these aspects, which is focusing on knowledge, skills, and abilities, I personally brought changes to my own self that I already mentioned to you, and it opened a platform for us to be very logical on how to implement the fundamentals in the real life scenarios. So
Okay.
it was connecting the theoretical aspects with the interventions, the real aspects, interventions of our work. So we learned the knowledge on what it is. We had the skills on how to implement it, and the attitudes and abilities. Of course, we are not that what we call, let's say, is so experienced to make it a success very soon. But of course, we have the ability to implement it literally and work forward to make a success of it.
We all understand this is an international program, so I would like to ask you this. Um, as an international program, how did the program support your professional growth and network?
For professional growth, as I previously also mentioned, it opened a door, an international platform for us so that we can directly interact with different scholars throughout the universe, whether it is from Africa, America, Asia, or anywhere. But these were the people of intellectual power, experience, and ability of implementation of the real scenarios. So this made me understand on what are the standards, what are the ways, what is the knowledge, what are the skills, and how we can implement it. And about the network that you say, I had a motto in life, as I always say that I love sharing knowledge with full integrity, impartiality, fairness, and faith. And this platform was open so that if I have anything to say to the world, I can do that. And that was really an amazing thing that I experienced and enjoyed throughout my journey in this certification.
So, what are some of the values and principles you learned from this program?
To focus on specific things, the first one is the knowledge sharing, which I was believing strongly on knowledge sharing. And this platform showed me that whatever we are, whoever we are, wherever we stand, doesn't matter in which part of the universe, if we are working for government, non-government organization, for profit, non-for-profit organization, we have to share our knowledge to the rest of the universe just to make their life better for everyone. And that's a value that I know. The second thing is the integrity. So whatever we are doing, it shouldn't be for our personal gains. It should be for the standards that we are working for as a human. The third thing is the optimism. One of the aspects that we learned was appreciative leadership, wherein you focus on the positivity and you want to grow from the positive aspects. I was a bit a person of pessimism, and I was thinking pessimistic. As we are living in a country like this, we usually face the bad news every day. We face the people who are telling us the bad stories. And of course, our mentality will be pessimistic. But fortunately, with this appreciative leadership concept, I was thinking with myself, why we should not think on the positive aspects? So I literally went through and find what are the positive aspects of this country that we are living in. And I found plenty of them. Now I'm not thinking negative. Fortunately, I'm an optimistic person, and optimism wins. Thank you so much.
Dr. Justin Chinyapirokwe is a lead faculty, and you have had guest lectures from international OD and change professors. Could you tell us about Dr. Justin's approach to professional learning?
I always appreciate Dr. Justin. To make it short, Dr. Justin's approach in professional learning, I can say it was an intellectual leadership by literally implementing the adult learning principles. There could be lots of things, lots of positive aspects that we may reflect on how Dr. Justin approached us, but I can summarize it with 5. First of all, it was the sense of humor and respect that Dr. Justin is having. He respects everyone the same with very nice words. And the words are filled with a kind of motivation in it. That is really awesome. The second thing is that he acts as a facilitator and a motivator. He facilitated so many programs, and I was hosting certain programs, I was leading certain programs, and it literally motivated me. I never wanted to lose even a single minute of a single class, though we had so many challenges in here, and it was only because of his own personality, and that is how he deals. The third thing is that he is highly skillful in listening. He listens properly, as most of the people don't have this strength of listening, and he has. The fourth thing I could say is that he has the ability to logically connect the experiences, the stories, and the ideas of the participants with the theoretical aspects of what he is teaching. And it really gives a sense of what we are listening, what we are learning is applicable, and it is a real life theoretical aspects that we are listening, and it gets you logically connected. And the last thing I would say that he transfers the knowledge, the skills and abilities, not just how others are transferring it. He transfers the positive energy, the motive for change within our own self. And what I can say that he is really a leader. He is a leader of intellectual property.
Would you recommend someone to enroll for the COLDC program?
And I'd say that, yes, I highly recommend this certification for, especially for those who are working in the organizations who are white-collar workers, because of three main aspects. First of all, it has a best curriculum. The logical topics that covers in this curriculum are so connected in the real life so that we ultimately can use it. The second thing is the amazing faculty members and the facilities that it's providing. First of all, the faculty members are highly professional, and they are the authors of the books. They are the real life champions. And the second thing is that we have flexibility on the classes, so we can sit in our own houses, we can sit in our own offices at any flexible time that we set. So it is really flexible to catch up on the classes. And the third thing is, it is the real need of today's world, that it may be anybody from any side of the organization. They need to know the basics and the fundamentals of leadership, change, and transformation, because the world is facing with such a huge change and transformation, as you see the COVID-19 and how it impacted. And the fact is that today the world desires new champions, new leaders, I can say new servant leaders, who can serve the world and change the entire universe as one globe with happiness, inspiration, prosperity, and a real life of happiness for all.
Oh, that's true. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Mohammad Faisal, for joining us today. It has been an honor. Your comments are so uplifting. They're quite encouraging. I am very, very thrilled and honored to have you here today. Hope to have you some other time